ఏం హరిబాబు సినిమా చూడడానికి వచ్చావా?
అవును, నేను తమన్నా పెద్ద ఫ్యాన్.
ఓ, కానీ చూడలేవు కదా.
అంటే ఓన్ డబ్బింగ్ అంట, తన వాయిస్ విందామని వచ్చా.
ఓ వావ్.
అన్న సినిమా ఇటు కాదు అటు. Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. You're watching our Tolly review. My name is Hriday Ranjan. This week's release is Maestro, directed by Merlapaka Gandhi, starring Nithiin, Bhatia, Nabha Natesh and Naresh. Arun is a blind pianist who is struggling to make his mark as a musician in Goa. When an erstwhile superstar invites him to perform at his home, Arun gets caught up in a spiral of events that range from darkly hilarious to morbidly thrilling. The film is an extremely faithful remake of Sriram Raghavan's Andhadhun. Not only are the scenes replicated as they were in the original, but the makers also make the strange decision of basing the film in Goa, where the original film was also based. So if you get over the initial suspension of disbelief that everybody in Goa is speaking in Telugu, you are welcomed into the film. In fact, watching the film seems like getting into a time machine, but the language settings in the time machine are in Telugu. J. Yuvraj, who is the cinematographer of the film, captures the golden brown hues of Goa. And even if the frames look beautiful, they are too reminiscent of the original. In fact, the music of the film, featuring songs by Swara Sagar, was one space where the film could have expressed its originality. Even that blends into a rather generic space. Where the film does stand out from the original though, is in the casting of the secondary characters in the film. Naresh, Harshavardhan, Jishu Sengupta, Mangli and Ravi add their own flavor. However, it is Srimukhi who stands out in the role of the wife who is both scheming and jittery at the same time. I know you guys are watching for the gags, but honestly you could watch Anupama Chopra's review of the film Andhadhun and 90% of that review would hold true for this film as well. As a frame-by-frame remake of the original, director Merlapaka Gandhi doesn't really have much to do. The original script by Sriram Raghavan was so pacey and had so many clever twists and turns that you can't help get drawn into it. But unlike the original, the dialogues here don't seem to have the bite or the zip of the original. Dialogues usually are the strength of our films, but here it seems like they are focused on just getting the job done rather than to stand out. With an author-backed role as Arun, Nithiin does whatever is asked of him by director Merlapaka Gandhi. Nabha Natesh as Sophie gets the exact same beats as Radhika Apte does in the original. But the role that I was most curious about was that of Bhatia, who reprises the role of Tabu from the original. With the largest shoes to fill, Tamanna's diction in her dialogues are too distracting. Ante meeku ekkuva teliyalante meeru cinema chudali. For the most part, the makers of the film played extremely safe. Instead of calling it Maestro, it wouldn't be far-fetched to have named it First Bencher Who Takes Excellent Notes. This is the 7th mainstream remake film this year, and it makes one wonder, when one can easily access the originals and sometimes find them in Telugu too, what really is the role of a director in such remakes? Where the characters are the same, the frames are the same, and in this case, even the geographical location is the same as the original.
హలో శాలిని, ఎలా ఉన్నావు శాలిని?
బానే ఉన్నా హరిబాబు. ఏంటి ఆ కళ్ళజోడు?
ఐఎమ్ బ్లైండ్ బట్ ట్రైన్డ్. అవన్నీ సరే కానీ నీ ఫ్యాన్స్ నిన్ను కామెంట్ సెక్షన్లో చాలా మిస్ అవుతున్నారు శాలిని. ఏం శాలిని ఇలా అయిపోయావు?
మరి ఒరిజినల్కి రీమేక్కి అంతే తేడా ఉంటుంది కదా.
Most of what works in Maestro is due to the ingenuity of Sriram Raghavan's original script. Watch Maestro if you haven't watched the original Andhadhun. The best way to describe Maestro would be as it is Gaundi. Thank you so much for watching our review of the film Maestro. Please do remember, if you don't subscribe to our channel by aaj raat 12 baje, then 15 lakh will be debited from your account on account of Modi ji's birthday.
హే మేస్త్రి, ఏం చేస్తున్నావు?
ఇటుకలు పెట్టేవాళ్ళ కనిపిస్తున్నాను నేను. కాల్ మీ మేస్ట్రో.
మేస్ట్రోనా? ఎందుకు పెట్టారా పేరు?
ఏమో.